All right, guys, well, this is a pretty pure how-to video, but it is pertinent to reselling in that I buy a lot of video game stuff to fix and resell. And so this is one of the things that I do for my reseller stuff is get old stuff and that doesn't work on the cheap. This is a $10 fix for about an $80 item. This is a Wii U gamepad, and when you press this and try to move the characters around, the guy you press it this way and the guy just keeps moving forever, which is called drift, and that's bad. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. Opening up the back, you see how this hole has square? There will be a like rubber cover over that. You get inside there and you'll find these screws. That is a tri-wing screw. You'll need a tri-wing screwdriver in order to, and these can be ordered for like almost nothing on eBay, or I believe when you order the part, you could order a part that has this screwdriver with it. So the battery cover comes off with just a standard Phillips screwdriver. And then you want to unplug the battery, and it just pulls up out of place. With all of the screws and the battery removed, the back will literally just pull straight up off. I might not be able to do it one-handed, but it will do it. Here we go. It just pulls straight up. Wow. There is one wire connecting it, so that's a really easy harness to just go ahead and unhook that. While we're in here, let me just say, this part right here is weird and kind of hard to deal with. Sometimes you'll get a signal that says you can't attach an amiibo, and if you can't attach an amiibo, then it's not working, and it's because this chip just came loose. And so it will just pull up off, and if it comes loose, then you have a problem. And so you just need to ensure that that is firmly in place. If you drop your Wii U gamepad, sometimes that'll shake loose because it's pretty easy to pull off. So if you're having a problem where it gives you an error about an amiibo, that is the issue. And you can take it apart, shove that back down on there, and it should fix the problem. Now we are going to remove 1, 2, 3 screws from this white board that holds the joysticks. There is a 4th screw that I forgot about. Next, you want to unhook this thing, which goes into the speaker, because you don't want to pull this off and mess up either the mount or the attachment to the speaker. This shoulder button will just pull straight up. You just want to make sure that you put the right one back in the right place. Okay, now we're going to remove this white harness from that bracket that holds it. I think I might be able to do it one-handed with you guys, or with the screwdriver, because you just press the center down and it unhooks, yep, and it just pulls off. So now you have this toggle, and I just ordered these off of eBay. So we'll open those up now. Okay, so this is what you get, and these are marked and different. This is the left side, and this is the right side. You are going to need to reuse the plastic cover for the joystick and this wire. You want to make sure your right side goes on the right side. You've got it upside down, so it'll be on your left side, and that the left one goes on the left side, and you've got it upside down, so it'll be on your right. But this will help you distinguish if you get confused. The ZL is the L side. So I'm just realizing that the one that is in here is not the original, and it doesn't have a removable wire. So I may have to pull that wire. I may have to unsolder this wire and solder it into this one the same as that one. Or I may just clean this. But I'll show you what it's supposed to be like on this side. So there should be a wire harness on both sides. You can see looking at it that this is a real Nintendo one, original equipment, and somebody's had mine apart and put in some cheap crap, and that's probably why this thing failed. And I'm just going to replace them both with not genuine Nintendo, but a significantly higher quality product than what has been put in there. So on this one, I can just stick this down in there. See if I can do it one-handed. Yeah. And then put this in here. Sorry about the shaky cam. And then just put the screws back to where that mounts. So I showed you me putting the old board back on, the no good one back on. So I switched that out. It's just 2 screws and this mounting hardware, and the wire mounts underneath there too. So then you just put this back down in place, and you do those same 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws. So I talked to my boys who play this all the time, and they said that the right side is not a problem, and the left side is where we were getting a lot of drift. So for now, I'm not going to replace this one. I'm going to, I would have to unsolder this wire and then unsolder this mount bracket and solder those wires, these 5 wires, into these 5 holes. And while that is possible, if it's not broken, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Don't forget to put this on there before you put that in, because you'll end up, because you can't do it once it's in place, and it would be easy to forget to stick that in on the end and end up having to take it back apart and redoing it. So screws back in place, and we're just going to drop this shoulder pad, this shoulder button. I'm trying to get it to where you can see how I'm doing it, but it basically just kind of drops in there, and this is the hinge, and it kind of just sets in place. Don't forget to reconnect your speaker wire. Just pull straight up out of here. There's nothing to it. And it looks like somebody's definitely had this apart and not put it back together right. You can see where when it was put together, the speaker wire got pinched like that. There's a little notch here that it's, sorry for shaking all over the place. There's a little notch here that it's supposed to go in. So I'm going to make sure it goes there. The damage is already done, but I'm going to make sure it goes into the right place anyway. But you want to be sure to not let it rest on the top, or else you'll get a cut in your speaker wire like that. So now you're all back together on this side. Don't forget to plug this back in. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're definitely on the home stretch. Getting this to get everything to line up just right is a little bit of a trick. You kind of gotta wiggle here and there and finagle, but it's easier two-handed. But just kind of make sure everything is where it goes. Sometimes this will stick, sometimes your shoulder, yeah, that's the problem I'm having, is the shoulder button's not in place over here. And kind of wiggle it and it'll go. Okay, and now we're just putting the screws back in. Okay, so then battery, and you just stick this battery thing. Again, this is a lot easier when you're not doing it one-handed. Yeah, it would be helpful if I was sliding it in the right place, because I can't see it because of the way my hand's on it. So you slide that in there, And then you put the cover back on. And these are Phillips screws that hold the battery cover. And we'll see what happens. Well, I'd rather not show the thing working without Nintendo permissions to use their images, but it did work, and that's how you get it done. If I have any more problems with that other controller unit, I will show you what to do as far as soldering that new wire on there, or maybe I'll see if I can buy another wire, because it should have that wire, but somebody put a real cheap one on that side. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to do some more how to fix things videos, as well as my regular Mod and Pop thrift.